जयो राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी जय गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी जय गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी यशोदानंदन व्रज जनरंजना यशोदानंदन व्रज जनरंजना जमुना तीरा वनचारी जमुना तीरा वनचारी जयो राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी जय गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी यशोदानंदन व्रज जनरंजना यशोदानंदन व्रज जनरंजना जमुना तीरा वनचारी जमुना तीरा वनचारी जयो राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. जय राधा गोपीनाथ राधा गोपीनाथ राधे जय गौरानिताय 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 जय गौरानिताय जय जय प्रभुपाद 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 जय प्रभुपाद निताय गौर हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल निताय गौर हरि बोल ओम अज्ञानतिमिरन्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्य मनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपा कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो श्रीयुतः पदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातां सहगना रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनासहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादान् सहगना ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितंश्च। नमो ओं विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांत स्वामीति नामिने। नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादे पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे वंचाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंदा। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा। So welcome all of you all for the journey of self discovery course. Is it okay if we do this in English? All of you are comfortable in English? English ठीक है सबके लिए? Honestly, is English okay? Yeah, should I mix something of Hindi also? Huh? Okay, so majorly, but I'll try to add something of Hindi also. ठीक है? So this course, ये जो कोर्स है जर्नी ऑफ सेल्फ डिस्कवरी कोर्स, ये बेसिक फाउंडेशनल भगवद गीता कोर्स है। हम सब ने भगवद गीता के बारे में सुना है कि नहीं? पर कितने लोग भगवद गीता में क्या है पता है लोगों को? लोगों को पता ही नहीं। पीपल डोंट नो व्हाट इज देयर इन भगवद गीता। हम दुनिया भर हमारे समस्याओं का सॉल्यूशंस ढूंढते हैं। वी लुक फॉर सॉल्यूशंस अराउंड इन दिस वर्ल्ड, but actual solutions are there in the pages of Bhagavad Gita. So it is very important for us to understand this book properly. So this course, the Journey of Self-Discovery course, it's also called a 6-day Bhagavad Gita course. So we are covering some very important topics based on Bhagavad Gita, which will answer foundational questions about life, about spirituality, about God, about soul, about karma. All these topics will be addressed here. We have done these courses n number of times, and anyone who has attended this course has benefited immensely. Many of the questions people have, जो भी प्रश्न है लोगों के भगवान के संबंधित, अध्यात्म के संबंधित सब प्रश्नों का उत्तर मिलता है। So सर्वप्रथम आप सब लोगों का अभिनंदन, congratulations to all of you all that you all chose to do this course. हम जिंदगी में बहुत सारे अलग अलग ऑप्शंस ट्राई करते हैं, है कि नहीं? But trying this very option of attending this course is literally going to be life changing for all of you. In this so many years, there are so many people who have done this course, and so many have benefited from this course. It has actually changed their life. So thank you all for knowing 6 precious days, and making this commitment to be part of this course. So the first thing is, please do keep your mobiles on silent. Okay. Second is, because it is day 1 today, we started a little late. From tomorrow we hope to start on time also. The third thing is, during the course we'll be discussing a lot of different concepts. If you all have any questions, I'm sure you all have a mobile and a notepad in your mobile somewhere. Please note down your questions. So you all, if you all want, you all can make some notes also, that's okay. But most importantly, try to understand concepts. आप लोग समझने का प्रयास करना। Basic course notes हम आपको दे देंगे. We will give you the course notes. ठीक है? तो ये कोर्स में आप basically just try to understand concepts. ठीक है? So having said that, we are going to discuss 6 topics in this course. Yeah, you all can adjust your chairs a bit. सो ये कोर्स में हम 6 टॉपिक डिस्कस करने वाले हैं. टॉपिक 1 इज कॉल्ड सर्च फॉर हैप्पीनेस, आनंद की खोज. टॉपिक 2 इज डज गॉड एग्जिस्ट, भगवान है क्या, भगवान का अस्तित्व कैसे समझ में आएगा, व्हाट इज द प्रूफ ऑफ एग्जिस्टेंस ऑफ गॉड, और स्क्रिप्चर्स क्या है, व्हाट आर एक्चुअली स्क्रिप्चर्स. टॉपिक 3 वन गॉड मेनी गॉड्स, भगवान एक है कि अनेक है, वहां पे भी इलेक्शन इत्यादि होता है क्या, आज का भगवान कौन है, इज गॉड वन और मेनी. टॉपिक 4 हु एम आई, साइंस ऑफ द सोल, आत्मा के बारे में ज्ञान. श्रील प्रभुपाद इस्कॉन फाउंडर आचार्य, प्रभुपाद once went to MIT, अमेरिका में you have MIT, you have heard of MIT, just like in India you have IIT, in the West it's MIT, very prestigious university. So Prabhupada, the founder Acharya of ISKCON, Prabhupada went to give a talk on Gita, and one of the professors took a tour of Prabhupada. He took Prabhupada around to show all the different departments, n number of departments, physics, biology, so many departments. Prabhupada said, you have so many departments. Where is the department that teaches about Atma, soul? There is no department. So Prabhupada, in a very funny way, he said, there is MIT, but there is no Almighty in MIT. There is no department that teaches about Atma and God. Everything teaches about the body. So science of the soul is a very important topic. Day 5 is, why do bad things happen to good people? अच्छे लोगों के साथ बुरा क्यों होता है और बुरे लोगों के साथ अच्छा क्यों होता है. एंड देन फाइनली प्रैक्टिकल एप्लीकेशन, गीता को अपने जिंदगी, दैनिक जिंदगी में हम कैसे उतारें, बिकॉज भगवद गीता जस्ट नॉट मेंट फॉर हेड, इट इज एक्चुअली मेंट टू बी अप्लाइड एंड टू ट्रांसफॉर्म आवर लाइफ्स. सो विद दिस इंट्रोडक्शन वी विल गेट इनटू टुडेज टॉपिक व्हिच इज कॉल्ड सर्च फॉर हैप्पीनेस, आनंद की खोज. सो वन टाइम देयर वाज अ किंग, एक राजा था जिसके महल में एक साधु आते हैं, और ये राजा साधु को पूछता है आनंद की प्राप्ति कैसी होती है, हाउ डू यू गेट हैप्पीनेस. तो साधु टोल्ड हिम, कम लेट्स गो टू योर गार्डन. दे वेंट टू द गार्डन एंड द साधु टोल्ड हिम, ट्राई टू कैच अ बटरफ्लाई, मेनी बटरफ्लाइज अराउंड इन द गार्डन. So the king, he would go near the butterfly, try to hold it, the butterfly would fly. If anyone has done that in childhood, I don't know whether the children experience all these things now. Children are engrossed in mobiles now, right? So the king was trying to catch the butterfly would fly away. And finally the king got exhausted, he sat down below a tree, and the butterfly came on its own and sat on his shoulder. So many times our experience of happiness is like this. बहुत बार ऐसा होता है, हम आनंद के पीछे भागते हैं, आनंद के ऐसा लगता है कि बहुत पास में है, इट लुक्स दैट वी आर वेरी नियर, बट पहुंचने का प्रयास करते हैं, उड़ जाता है, हाथ पे मिलता नहीं, और समय के अनुसार वो अपने आप आता है. सो दिस हैप्पीनेस इज अ ग्रेट मिस्ट्री. आनंद के बारे में, जो खुशी है, इसके बारे में कितने सारे लोगों ने अलग अलग कविता, अलग अलग दृष्टिकोण दिया है. सो इन टुडेज सेशन वी विल सी व्हाट इज हैप्पीनेस, आनंद क्या है, सही सुख क्या होता है, व्हाट इज रियल हैप्पीनेस, व्हाट इज रिलेटिव फॉल्स हैप्पीनेस, एंड हाउ टू एक्चुअली अचीव हैप्पीनेस. सो दिस कोर्स, ये जो कोर्स है, इट इज बिल्ड वन आफ्टर अनदर. ये जो कोर्स है ना, जैसे हम स्कूल में जाते हैं, स्कूल कॉलेज में you have like gradual education that happens ना, सीधा 10th स्टैंडर्ड का इंफॉर्मेशन फर्स्ट स्टैंडर्ड के बच्चे को देते हैं क्या, नहीं, तो धीरे धीरे बच्चे का जो ज्ञान है उसको बढ़ाते हैं. सो सिमिलरली दिस कोर्स इज सिस्टमैटिकली डिजाइंड. तो ये कोर्स में जो हम अलग अलग चीज डिस्कस करेंगे, इट विल बिल्ड अप फॉर अस टू अंडरस्टैंड एवरीथिंग प्रॉपरली. बहुत बार लोगों का प्रॉब्लम ये होता है, लोगों को भगवान के बारे में जानना है, सब कुछ जानना है 2 मिनट में. आजकल वीडियो देखने में लोगों का क्षमता भी कम हो गया है, लेकिन 1 घंटे वीडियो लोग नहीं देख सकते, यूट्यूब शॉर्ट्स चाहिए उनको, 30 सेकेंड में भगवान के बारे में बता दो बस. सो यू कैंट अंडरस्टैंड. मेनी पीपल हैव दिस क्वेश्चन, व्हाई डू बैड थिंग्स हैपन टू गुड पीपल, सीधा, पर वो समझने के लिए बेसिक बहुत कुछ समझना पड़ेगा. सो दिस कोर्स इज डिजाइंड वन ब्लॉक आफ्टर अनदर. सो द फर्स्ट थिंग वी आर गोइंग टू अंडरस्टैंड टू स्टार्ट विद इज दिस कंसेप्ट. Here you can see स्टूडेंट्स स्टैंडिंग इन लाइन फॉर एन एडमिशन इन कॉलेज, यहाँ पे विद्यार्थी खड़े हैं एक कॉलेज में एडमिशन प्राप्त करने के लिए। तो जब स्टूडेंट जाते हैं कॉलेज में एडमिशन लेने के लिए, एडमिशन के अलग अलग कैटेगरीज होते हैं कि नहीं? एडमिशन के कैटेगरीज है कि नहीं? जनरल कोटा, सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट कोटा, अलग अलग कैटेगरीज होते हैं। तो जब भी कैटेगरीज आते हैं, या अगर कोई व्यक्ति प्लेन में ट्रैवल कर रहा है, प्लेन में सीट्स के अलग अलग कैटेगरीज होते हैं क्या? बिजनेस क्लास, इकोनॉमिक क्लास, अलग अलग कैटेगरीज होते हैं। तो जब भी कैटेगरीज आते हैं, इसका अर्थ दो चीज होता है। व्हाट इट मीन्स व्हेनेवर देयर आर कैटेगरीज, इट मीन्स देयर आर डिफरेंसेस एंड देयर आर कॉमन थिंग्स। जस्ट लाइक द प्लेन एग्जाम्पल, है कि नहीं? वी हैव डिफरेंट कैटेगरीज ऑफ सीट्स इन अ प्लेन। व्हाट डज इट मीन? इट मीन्स दैट देयर इज डिफरेंसेस depending on how much money you can share, you get different comforts, but the common thing is everyone is in the same plane. सब लोग एंड में वहीं पे उतरने वाले हैं, करेक्ट? So similarly in admission in a college, everyone gets into the same class, but they come through different categories, correct? So there is some differences and some common things. So the point is, whenever there are more than one category, डिफरेंस और कॉमन एस्पेक्ट्स दोनों आते हैं। तो ऐसे ही हाउ मेनी कैटेगरीज ऑफ लिविंग एंटिटीज वी हैव? मेनी कैटेगरीज, बट इन टुडेज डिस्कशन वी विल कैटेगराइज इनटू टू कैटेगरीज, ह्यूमन बीइंग्स ऑल ऑफ अस एंड एनिमल्स, प्लांट्स, एनिमल्स, एवरीथिंग पुट टुगेदर वी विल कॉल देम एज एनिमल्स। तो व्हेनेवर वी हैव टू कैटेगरीज, जैसे हमने देखा एरोप्लेन में अलग अलग कैटेगरीज है, इसका मतलब क्या है? भिन्नता है और समानता है, देयर डिफरेंसेस एंड कॉमन थिंग्स। तो अभी जीव जंतु के दो कैटेगरी है, ह्यूमन बीइंग्स एंड एनिमल्स। इसका अर्थ क्या है? इट मींस इन दोनों में, हम में, बिटवीन ह्यूमंस एंड एनिमल्स देयर इज सम कॉमन थिंग्स एंड देयर इज सम डिफरेंसेस। ठीक है? सो दिस इज समथिंग दैट इज वेरी बेसिक टू अंडरस्टैंड इन स्पिरिचुअलिटी। व्हाट इज द डिफरेंस बिटवीन ह्यूमंस एंड एनिमल्स? So we will start with this discussion. So first thing, what are the common things between humans and animals? Anyone would like to answer? हम में और पशुओं में क्या समानता है? We want to? We both breathe, correct. Anything else? Yeah, that is there. Therefore both are living, yeah. You need food to survive. Correct. Anything else? कभी सोचा है क्या? ये कोर्स ना, दिस कोर्स इज मेंट फॉर ऑल ऑफ अस टू थिंक। बहुत बार जिंदगी में हम ऐसा भागते रहते हैं, सोचते नहीं है, है कि नहीं? सो दिस कोर्स विल एक्चुअली मेक अस थिंक अबाउट सर्टेन एस्पेक्ट्स ऑफ लाइफ। यस, इमोशंस होते हैं दोनों में। बोथ आर लिविंग बीइंग्स, करेक्ट। या सो बेसिकली, या व्हाट ऑल ऑफ यू हैव सेड इज करेक्ट, बट द स्क्रिप्चर्स एक्सप्लेन 4 थिंग्स दैट आर कॉमन इन एसेंस। महाभारत का एक श्लोक है, आहार निद्रा भयमैथुनम च सामान्य एतत् पशुभिर नराणां। 4 things are common between humans and animals. So for those who have come at the back, आप लोग थोड़ा सीट्स आगे पीछे एडजस्ट कर लेना, so that you all can see me and I can also see you all. Okay? Should I stand up and speak? Okay. Okay. But it's important that we both see each other. Eye contact important है. Yeah. So the महाभारत श्लोका बताता है कि 4 चीज मनुष्यों में और पशुओं में समान है, कॉमन है। क्या है? What are these 4 things? Eating, आहार, निद्रा, sleeping, भय is defense, and maithun is mating. Eating, sleeping, mating, defending. These are 4 things that are common between humans and animals. So if you study, I mean, if you see any National Geographic channel or whatever, where they show animals' life, they will show you 4 aspects of this animal. How the animal eats, how it sleeps, how it mates, how it defends. That's it. So these 4 things are common between humans and animals. Just like the first principle of eating. You see, We may eat in a 5-star hotel, है कि नहीं? And nowadays, hotel industry is such a big industry. And this is like evergreen industry. And people have they do an entire education of how food should be cooked and how it should be served and everything. But ultimately, जो हम खाते हैं, कितना देर तक, how long it gives that enjoyment in the tongue for a very short time. The purpose of food is ultimately to fill the belly. So we may eat in a very sophisticated way, but animals may eat in a very crude way. But the activity is the same, yes or no? Activity तो वही है. हम ये नहीं बोल सकते क्योंकि मैं 5-star होटल में खाता हूँ, मैं एनिमल से श्रेष्ठ हूँ. In one way it may be so, but the base activity is the same. The pleasure that an animal gets by eating and what a human gets is the same. The second common thing is sleeping. You go to sleep in an air-conditioned room on very soft beds. You have shops that design great beds. You just go to sleep. And an animal may sleep on the road. I was just few days ago, I was in Jagannath Puri, and Jagannath Puri is a very holy place, very crowded also. So we were in a busy street, hundreds of people going back and forth, and there's one dog lying there, first class, gone to sleep. I was thinking that dog should actually give a seminar on how to be peaceful amidst chaos. Perfect definition of peace. मतलब ऐसा हल्ला गुल्ला चल रहा है सब जगह, ये कुत्ता आराम से सोया है. Once you go to sleep, do you come to know where you are? एक बार सो गए, आप बिस्तर में हो या जमीन में हो, फर्क क्या पड़ता है? The activity is the pleasure that you get is the same, right? And the irony in today's world is, जैसे मैं ये कुत्ते का उदाहरण दे रहा था, this dog is peacefully sleeping in a busy street, but human beings now, to sleep in the night, they need sleeping pills. Have you ever seen a dog eating a sleeping pill to sleep? वो तो बिंदास हो जाता है. But we have to take sleeping pills. So who's more advanced? We are advanced or the animals are advanced? In one sense, the animals are better. At least they are having a peaceful sleep in the night. The third common thing is mating. Right? Humans also mate. This desire for sex is there, enjoyment. And the desire of enjoyment is there also in animals. But the basic activity, the basic carnal pleasure is the same. So we may spend so much energy, like if you see movies these days, so much of the energy of the movies is spent on this impulse, the sex impulse, right? But actual enjoyment is exactly the same as animals. And the fourth is defending. Because of fear, we defend. So animals may have their very crude ways of defending, their claws, their teeth, whatever. But as human beings, we may be more sophisticated in defense. Again, you may have nuclear weapons and so many things, right? But the activity, why do we defend? Why do we defend? Because there is fear, to protect ourselves. Because of fear, you defend, whether you have security alarms or whatever. That fear factor is what is the impulse for all this defense mechanism that we have. So that is basic element that is there even in animals. So these are four common things between humans and animals. Now we are coming to a very important discussion. We saw four things that are common: eating, sleeping, mating, defending. What is the difference between humans and animals? हम में और पशुओं में फर्क क्या है? हम सब जानते हैं that we are better than animals, है कि नहीं? सबको पता है. अगर कोई आपको गाली देता है, एक कुत्ते, बुरा लगता है ना, क्योंकि पता है कि हम कुत्ते नहीं हैं, कुत्ते से बहुत अच्छे हैं. So why do we feel hurt? Because we know instinctively that we are better than animals. So how are we better than animals? What is the difference between us and animals? Advanced speech, okay. Thinking ability, good. We can pray, good. Decision making, correct. Anything else? Intelligence, correct. Anything else? So whatever you all said is correct. Intelligence, decision making, brain, What did you say, madam? Advanced speech. Okay. So we may the general answers that will come is reasoning. As human beings, we can reason. But some amount of reasoning is there even in animals. Animals also reason or not? They also reason. We may question, but some of the questions even animals have. They may not be able to ask deep questions, which is definitely a prerogative of human beings, but some amount of questioning, some amount of thinking is also there in animals. Like we have a goshala, we have cows. Whenever a veterinary doctor comes in, the cows know this fellow has come to put an injection. Somehow instinctively the cows know it. They start to run away. So that thinking is there even in animals, right? And then logical intelligence, emotions. Have you all seen animals go through emotions? Animals have love for their children, they also go through emotions. So these things definitely, as human beings, we have in better quantity, but these are there in animals also. So the scriptures explain there are 4 things that actually make us better than animals. The first is called ability for higher inquiry. This refers to A. A refers to ability for higher inquiry. What does this mean? What does it mean, ability for higher inquiry? इसका अर्थ क्या है? Exactly. Animals cannot attend a journey of self-discovery course. We'll all have an animal attending the course. Animal wants to find out who am I, who is God, why I am suffering in this world, who created this world, what is death. Animals cannot ask all this. Animals, when they ask questions, what is their questions? They have only 4 questions in life. First question, where I can get my food. Second question, where I can sleep for the day. कहाँ मैं सो सकता हूँ. Third question, how do I protect myself. Fourth question, where can I enjoy. उनका बुद्धि, they also have intelligence. They also ask questions. But their questions and intelligence revolves around these 4 things: eating, sleeping, mating, defending. बस वही सर्किट में रहता है. उसके बाहर एनिमल सोच ही नहीं सकता. Just like in a butcher shop, जहाँ पे कत्ल खाना, बकरियों को मारते हैं, you may have lot of goats or sheep lined up. कसाई जो है सामने एक बकरी को काटता है, पीछे ही बाकी बकरियां खड़े हैं, उसको घास देता है. ये बकरी देख रहे हैं मेरे सामने वाले व्यक्ति उड़ गया, पर इनको स्ट्राइक नहीं होता कि हमको भी ऐसा होने वाला है. घास मिल रहा है, खाते रहते हैं. Understanding? They are seeing a problem, but they are not able to reason. They are not able to question beyond eating, sleeping, mating, defending. So that means as humans, अगर हम यही 4 चीज के बारे में प्रश्न पूछते रहेंगे, खाना कहाँ मिलेगा, सोना कहाँ मिलेगा, एंजॉयमेंट कहाँ मिलेगा, ये, that means we are not evolved actually. हम evolved नहीं हुए. Human life is meant for higher inquiry. आप लोगों ने गौतम बुद्ध का कहानी सुना होगा. गौतम बुद्ध पहले राजा के एक लड़के थे सिद्धार्थ, और एक बार वो जाते हैं अपने मंत्री के साथ और वो देखते हैं कि एक व्यक्ति खांस रहा है, बहुत खांस रहा है, वेरी डीप डिजीज. तो सिद्धार्थ पूछता है क्या हो गया इसको. एक मंत्री बोलता है इसको बीमारी हुआ है, डिजीज कंडीशन. तो सिद्धार्थ पूछते हैं कि सबको होगा क्या. सबको होगा. थोड़ा आगे जाते हैं, बूढ़ा व्यक्ति पूरा कमर झुका है, ऐसा बेंड करके छड़ी लेके चल रहा है. तो सिद्धार्थ पूछते हैं मंत्री को, बुद्धिमान है सिद्धार्थ, पूछते हैं क्या हो गया उसको, ऐसा खड़ा क्यों नहीं होता हमारी तरफ. तो बुढ़ापा है, ऐसा ही होता है, शरीर जीर्ण हो जाता है. थोड़ा आगे जाते हैं, 4 लोग एक व्यक्ति को कंधे पे उठा के लेके जा रहे हैं. राम नाम सत्य है, राम नाम सत्य है. तो सिद्धार्थ पूछता है क्या हो गया उसको, उठने को बोलो. मंत्री बोलता है ये कभी उठेगा नहीं, ये शरीर में नहीं उठेगा, किसी और रूप में उठेगा. तो गौतम सिद्धार्थ सोचने लगता है क्या है ये. दिस इज डेथ, इट्स गोइंग टू कम टू एवरीवन. So that time Siddhartha leaves his house, goes and sits near that Bodhi tree and becomes an intelligent one. What does Buddha mean? Buddha means the enlightened one, the intelligent one. ये दुनिया में we are all born foolish, but we are supposed to not die foolish, we are supposed to die intelligent. थोड़ा तो बुद्धि आना चाहिए. We cannot remain like those goats. We have to become intelligent. So human life, the speciality of human life is the ability for higher inquiry. ये मनुष्य जिंदगी में प्रश्न पूछ सकते हैं, अरे उसको क्यों समस्या हो रहा है, मेरे जिंदगी में समस्या क्यों आ रहा है. We are supposed to find out these questions. वेदांत सूत्र, आप लोगों ने वेदास के बारे में सुना है. वेदांत सूत्र का पहला सूत्र है अथा तो ब्रह्म जिज्ञासा. इसका अर्थ है अभी आपको मनुष्य जिंदगी मिला है, भगवान के बारे में जिज्ञासा करो. आस्क क्वेश्चंस अबाउट गॉड एंड रियलिटीज ऑफ लाइफ. ये दुनिया के फालतू चीजों के बारे में प्रश्न मत पूछो. आस्क बिगर क्वेश्चंस. देयर इज अ सेइंग, द क्वालिटी ऑफ आंसर्स यू गेट इन लाइफ डिपेंड्स ऑन द क्वालिटी ऑफ क्वेश्चंस यू आस्क. आप मूर्खता का प्रश्न पूछोगे, मूर्ख उत्तर मिलेंगे. आपको बुद्धिमान बनना है तो बुद्धिमान प्रश्न पूछता है. So therefore the first difference between humans and animals is ability for higher inquiry. आप लोगों को समझ में आ रहा है? चलो connecting. The second difference is called bliss. B stands for bliss. पशुओं को भी आनंद मिलता है, खाने में भी आनंद है, इंद्रिय भोग में भी आनंद है, पर इससे भी ऊंचा आनंद है मन का आनंद, बुद्धि का आनंद और आत्मा का आनंद. Animals can only experience happiness on sensual level. But as human beings, we can try to experience higher levels of happiness, which is mental, intellectual, and then finally spiritual happiness. The third difference is, this is a very important difference. C stands for choice. पशु चुनाव नहीं करते. कहीं पे देखा है वोटिंग में एनिमल जाते हैं, क्योंकि चुन ही नहीं सकते, उनका प्रोग्रामिंग हो चुका है. आप गाय के सामने you go in front of a cow and keep meat and grass. What will the cow eat? Grass. It doesn't have to think, no choice, it will eat grass only. You go and keep in front of a tiger meat and grass. What will the tiger eat? Meat. सोचता नहीं है, चॉइस ही नहीं है, प्रोग्राम्ड है. पर मनुष्यों के सामने ये रखो, मनुष्य चॉइस कर सकता है, ये खाऊं कि ये खाऊं. The ability to choose comes only in human life. Animals can't choose. Animals are programmed to do what they are programmed to do. So therefore karma also doesn't apply to animals. Karma applies only to human beings because we can make the choice. So there was one devotee who was explaining what is life. Life is a segment BD. Birth से शुरू होता है, point B से शुरू होता है, point D में समाप्त होता है. It ends with death. B को आप चेंज नहीं कर सकते. बर्थ को हम चेंज कर सकते हैं क्या? डेप्थ को हम चेंज कर सकते हैं क्या? वो भी हमारे कंट्रोल के बाहर है. पर बी और डी के बीच में है लेटर सी, एंड सी रिफर्स टू चॉइस. सो लाइफ इज बेसिकली मोमेंट टू मोमेंट चॉइस. जैसे ये कोर्स के आप लोगों ने चुना, यू आर चोज टू कम फॉर दिस कोर्स, है कि नहीं? देयर वर मेनी ऑप्शंस फॉर योर चोज टू कम. टुमारो अगेन इन द इवनिंग यू विल हैव अ चॉइस. व्हाट विल बी द चॉइस? आना है कि नहीं? The next day again you will have a choice whether to come or not. So life is about all choosing. ये कि ये. As human beings, if we continuously make right choices, then the door to liberation will open. And D refers to determination. एक बार चुन लिया, वो मार्ग पे चलने के लिए निश्चय होता है मनुष्यों के पास. पशुओं के पास ये डिटर्मिनेशन नहीं होता. So these are four very important differences between humans and animals. First, ability for higher inquiry. B stands for higher levels of bliss. C stands for choice. D stands for determination. Till now, is it clear to all of you? Any confusions? Any questions you all have? किसी का कुछ प्रश्न है? Is it clear? Okay. At any point, if you all want some clarity or you have any questions, please do. Please be free because it's a small group anyway, so we can have more interactions also. We are open to that.
Yeah. So you said
Yeah.
animals, they don't have karma. So what is about their life cycle? So
Good.
What is their afterlife?
So I said animals don't have karma. So basically, we will be discussing this in detail in session 5. But because you have asked this question, so the scriptures explain that there are 84 lakh species of life. Just like we have animals, humans, you have plants, reptiles, like many species. So general, there is evolution of the Atma. Charles Darwin explained an evolution theory, which is not the actual understanding. The right understanding of evolution is the Atma evolves from one body to another. So as animals, the program is set. The Atma becomes a plant first, gradually it evolves, it becomes a reptile, it enters into a body of a reptile, then it enters into a body of a bird, then it enters into an animal. So fixed hai ye. If you are this animal, next time you will be this animal, next time you will be this animal. When you come to human form of life, then the question opens up. Then the karma opens up. Depending on whatever activity you do, the calculations come and then you choose the next life is decided. So animal का default पे होता है. They keep evolving on default. Did it make sense? We will discuss more about this in session 5. Yeah.
So Prabhuji, most of the time we choose something for ourselves, but when we choose, no, we don't know. Like we choose it as it is good for us, but later on we get to know that that choice was not good for me. So how to make right choice?
Good question. That's why you have to do this course. So you make right choice based on knowledge. है कि नहीं? ज्ञान ही नहीं है तो कहाँ से right choice करोगे? So you have to know what is right and what is wrong. As you said many times, it's a very good thought. Many times what we think is right for us may not be right. So right and wrong is basically decided on what the scriptures is. So scriptures are the absolute truth based on which we actually make decisions in life. So therefore when you understand what is the purpose in life, once that goal is very clear, then automatically you'll be able to decide this choice of mine, is it going to help me, take me closer to the goal or away from the goal. But जिंदगी में गोल ही फिक्स्ड नहीं है तो क्या चॉइस करेंगे? लक्ष्य क्लियर नहीं है. If you don't have your goal clear, whatever choice you make is going to be wrong only ultimately. So therefore knowledge is important. When you have knowledge, clarity, then choice becomes very easy for you. In a confused state of mind, you can't choose. So you have to have clarity in life. Does it make sense? Can we continue ahead? So now, someone may say that not able to put it off. Okay. So someone may say, I don't want to do these 4 things. I don't want to ask higher questions. I don't want to exert my level of choice, determination. Then we will be technically called well-dressed, sophisticated, polished, 2-legged animals. That's all. See, human being and animal is just not on the body. It's a mentality also. You may have someone who is in the human body, but mentality is animalistic. Understanding? Crude animalistic mentality of exploitation. So that's how the people's mentality is. Body is human, but mentality is of an animal. The shloka of Mahabharata which I was explaining to you all, ahar nidra bhayamaytunam cha samanya etat pashubir narana. 4 things common between humans and animals: eating, sleeping, mating, defending. The next line says, dharmo hi tesham adhiko vishesho dharmena hina pashubhi samana. यहाँ पे बताता है अगर धर्म नहीं है मनुष्यों की जिंदगी में, ऐसा मनुष्य पशु की तरह है, as good as an animal. And dharma basically means those 4 things: asking right questions, making right choices, and exerting determination to follow the right path. अगर ये नहीं है तो मनुष्य समाज और पशु समाज में कुछ भी फर्क नहीं है. इनफैक्ट मनुष्य समाज जो है बिना स्पिरिचुअलिटी के मनुष्य समाज पशु समाज से भी बदतर हो जाता है. बोलने की जरूरत नहीं है, हम पेपर में देख रहे हैं, सब जगह न्यूज़ चल रहा है, क्या क्या चल रहा है दुनिया में. अभी तो शुरुआत है कलयुग का, आगे क्या क्या होगा, है कि नहीं. ह्यूमंस आर बिकमिंग वर्स देन एनिमल्स. आई गिव यू ऑल एग्जांपल्स हाउ ह्यूमंस आर वर्स देन एनिमल्स. स्लीपिंग पिल्स ह्यूमंस लेते हैं कि एनिमल्स लेते हैं? ह्यूमंस लेते हैं. थ्रेट, जिंदगी का थ्रेट, ये ह्यूमंस को होता है एनिमल्स को होता है? ह्यूमंस को ज्यादा होता है. स्कैरसिटी, कहीं पे देखा है क्या न्यूज में, पेपर में, कुत्ता मर गया, डॉग डाइड बिकॉज ऑफ नो फूड, कहीं पे देखा है? जंगल में कितने सारे हाथियां हैं, मेघालय एंड ऑल दीस प्लेसेस देयर आर सो मेनी एलिफेंट्स, सिलीगुड़ी एंड ऑल, वाइल्ड एलिफेंट्स. नो न्यूज इन पेपर दैट एलिफेंट हैज डाइड विदाउट फूड. स्कैरसिटी कहां पे होता है? मनुष्य समाज में होता है. एंड ऑल दिस स्कैरसिटी इज आर्टिफिशियली क्रिएटेड. इट्स क्रिएटेड स्कैरसिटी. हार्ट ब्रेक्स, दिल टूट गया, पशुओं में होता है कि मनुष्यों में होता है? मनुष्यों में होता है. स्ट्रेस मैनेजमेंट, यू टाइप द वर्ड स्ट्रेस इन इंटरनेट, इट्स लाइक हाईली सर्च्ड वर्ड. स्ट्रेस जो है पशुओं को होता है कि मनुष्यों को होता है? पशु जाते हैं क्या साइकोलॉजिस्ट, साइकेट्रिस्ट के पास? कहीं दिखता नहीं है. मनुष्य जाते हैं. एडिक्शंस, व्हाट टू स्पीक अबाउट एडिक्शंस, यू कैन हैव लाइक अ सेमिनार ऑन एडिक्शंस. एन नंबर ऑफ टाइप्स ऑफ एडिक्शंस, अल्कोहल, ड्रग्स, ये वो, मोबाइल, इट्स अ बिग एडिक्शन नाउ, इंटरनेट, मोबाइल. All these addictions are not there in animal life. So who is better? We are better or animals are better? Suicide, कहीं पे देखा है कुत्ते ने छलांग लगाया छत से टेंशन में आके, आता है क्या कहीं पेपर में? कहाँ पे होता है ये सब? मनुष्य समाज में हो रहा है. तो पॉइंट इज, इफ ह्यूमंस डोंट एक्ट द वे दे आर सपोज्ड टू एक्ट एज स्पिरिचुअल पीपल, ह्यूमन सोसाइटी विल डिग्रेड वर्स देन एनिमल सोसाइटी. वही हो रहा है. दैट इज व्हाट इज द रियलिटी इन टुडेज वर्ल्ड. सो एक बार, यू आर अंडरस्टैंडिंग दिस पॉइंट, देयर वाज वंस अ फार्मर, वो यू नो ही वाज ड्राइविंग अ ट्रैक्टर, उसको लॉटरी मिलता है और फार्मर को फरारी कार मिलता है. तो ये फार्मर क्या करता है, फरारी कार को खेत में लेके जाता है, फरारी कार के पीछे हल लगाता है, प्लाउ, और चला रहा है. तो क्या होगा? पहला तो कार तो गया, दूसरा खेत भी, हल भी नहीं होने वाला है, खेत जोत भी नहीं सकता, प्लाउ भी नहीं होगा, और फार्मर फ्रस्ट्रेट हो जाएगा क्योंकि बेचारा ड्राइव भी नहीं, एंजॉय भी नहीं कर पा रहा है फरारी को, और फार्मिंग भी नहीं हो पा रहा है, दोनों नहीं होगा. तो कहने का अर्थ है, ह्यूमन लाइफ इज लाइक अ फरारी कार, एनिमल लाइफ इज लाइक अ ट्रैक्टर. If you use human life to do activities what an animal is supposed to do, three things will happen. We will destroy our body. That is what is happening. So many diseases will come. Second is, we will not even achieve happiness that we want. We will end in frustration. And that is the reality in today's world. Because we are not using, हम जो भगवान ने हमको दिया है मनुष्य जिंदगी, जिस कारण के लिए दिया है, किसके लिए दिया है भगवान ने? उनकी प्राप्ति करने के लिए, उनके बारे में समझने के लिए भगवान ने जिंदगी दिया है. वो चीज के लिए यूज नहीं कर रहे हैं, पशुओं की नकल कर रहे हैं, तो हम कभी खुश नहीं होंगे. समाज दुखी रहेगा, पीड़ित ही रहेगा, फ्रस्ट्रेटेड ही रहेगा मनुष्य समाज. सो देयरफॉर इट्स वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट दैट एज ह्यूमंस वी एक्ट लाइक ह्यूमंस एंड एक्सपीरियंस एंड actually realize the potential that human beings have. So now, coming back to this topic of happiness, in today's world, everyone is ultimately looking for happiness. That is the base desire. Just like I told you, one Vedanta Sutra, Atato Brahma Jigyasa. As human beings, we are supposed to inquire about absolute truth. One more Vedanta Sutra is called Anandamayo Bhyasat. As Atma, as living entities, we are all pleasure seeking. Everyone is looking for आनंद. हम जो भी करते हैं, खाते हैं, पीते हैं, रेस्टोरेंट जाते हैं, मूवी देखते हैं, किसके लिए कर रहे हैं सब? To be happy. So the desire that pushes us towards all these things is the desire for happiness. So what kind of happiness we are looking for? So we are all looking for a happiness that is permanent. है कि नहीं? जो आनंद आज है, कल उतना ही होना चाहिए, घटना नहीं चाहिए. दूसरा, we are looking for a happiness that is increasing. आज आई एम हैप्पी, टुमारो आई वांट टू बी मोर हैप्पी. वी वांट टू इंक्रीज दैट हैप्पीनेस. तीसरा, वी वांट टू शेयर दैट हैप्पीनेस विद अदर्स. हम खुश हैं, हमारे रिश्तेदार दुखी हैं, वी डोंट फील गुड, वी वांट टू शेयर दैट हैप्पीनेस. एंड देयर शुड बी लॉट ऑफ वैरायटी इन दिस हैप्पीनेस. So this kind of happiness is called real happiness. But when these characteristics are not there, it is called relative happiness. मतलब जो खुशी आज है कल नहीं है, this kind of happiness is it real happiness? It is not real happiness. It's called relative happiness. So now I have introduced two words to you all, two concepts to you all: real happiness, relative happiness. We are looking for real happiness or relative happiness? Real happiness. That means we are looking for happiness that is permanent, ever increasing, not decreasing. What is relative happiness? I'll tell you. Relative happiness means happiness that is dependent on something, some person or some situation. मतलब आप बोलेंगे मैं खुश हूँ, क्यों? Why are you happy? Because internet is in good speed. Is this real happiness or relative happiness? Okay, so why? Because when the internet is not there, you'll be miserable. In today's world, all our happiness is relative happiness. किसी ना किसी व्यक्ति और चीज पे निर्भर है. You may say I'm happy today because this person is in my life. If that person goes out of your life, then what? You'll be miserable. You may say I'm happy now because this government is there, this situation is there. But if the situation changes, you are in misery. So this kind of happiness is not real happiness. ये temporary happiness है. ये happiness हमको नहीं चाहिए, हमारे दिल को छुएगा नहीं. Understanding the point? Another quality of real relative happiness is gap between two problems. जैसे इंजीनियरिंग के बच्चों को, इंजीनियरिंग आज इंजीनियर्स डे है, I mean somehow apparently. So engineering, the system is you have like 6 months and then a semester exam. So you ask an engineering student when the exam is not there, how are you? He will say happy. I'm good, I'm fine. But how long his happiness will be there? Very soon the next exam is coming. That's all. थोड़ा happy है, बहुत जल्दी exam आएगा, फिर से tension में आएगा ये लड़का. So gap between two problems. Like you ask someone in this world, आप कैसे हो? How are you? What will people say generally? I am fine. What does that word I am fine mean? इसका अर्थ क्या है? Think about it.
At this point of time.
हाँ, this point of time what?
At this point of time, I am fine.
I am fine means what?
That is a very difficult question to ask because that fine doesn't really refer to fine.
Exactly.
You are just metaphorically just using that word.
Exactly.
But it may mean anything from good to worse.
So what it means, thank you for that, for being honest. What it means is when someone says I am fine, इसका अर्थ क्या पता है? It doesn't mean that they are happy and blissful. What it means that right now there is no big problem in my life. That's what it is. I am fine now. There is no big problem in my life. छोटा छोटा है, ऐसा बड़ा समस्या आके नहीं गिरा है. बहुत जल्दी आएगा वो भी. So I am fine means right now it's not that I am blissful. It just means that there is no big problem right now troubling me. Understanding? So that means in this world, when people say I am fine, they are not saying I am really happy. They are saying at this point I am experiencing some relative happiness. Some temporary खुशी है, बड़ा stress or problem नहीं है. That's all. That is called relative happiness. Yeah, relative happiness simply means happiness that has a beginning and an end. In this world, any happiness that has a start has an end. Isn't it? है कि नहीं? कुछ भी खुशी हो, आप मोबाइल खरीदते हो नया, as soon as you buy it you are very happy. But how long this happiness is going to last? Like your favorite food may be a gulab jamun. You really love a gulab jamun. You take a gulab jamun, put it in your mouth. Blissful. But how long that happiness is going to last? It will just melt away in your tongue. Then again you are back to that same thing. People do n number of things, but the relative happiness in this world has a beginning and an end. So we are not looking for relative happiness, we are looking for real happiness. हम एक्चुअल आनंद की खोज में हैं. टेम्पररी वाला आनंद तो सबको मिलता है ये दुनिया में, आज है कल नहीं है, वो तो मिलता रहता है. बट वॉट इज ह्यूमन लाइफ मेंट फॉर इज टू लुक फॉर रियल हैप्पीनेस. यू आर गेटिंग मी क्लियर? यू आर अंडरस्टैंडिंग? सो हाउ डू यू गेट रियल हैप्पीनेस? तो रियल हैप्पीनेस मिलता कैसा है? सो व्हाट स्टॉप्स अस फ्रॉम बीइंग हैप्पी is different problems in life. So just like I told you, there is relative happiness, real happiness. So there is relative problem and real problem. So what it means is, that means when you solve a relative problem, I'll tell you what a relative and a real problem is. When you solve a relative problem, you experience relative happiness. If you want to experience real happiness, what you have to do? You have to solve the real problem. So now the question is, what is a real problem and what is a relative problem, right? So relative problem basically means one man's food is another man's poison. मतलब क्या है? Relative problem means आपका जो समस्या है किसी और का समस्या नहीं है. It's relative in this world. Just like I'll give an example. You may have a toothache. Your toothache is a problem to you, isn't it? But is your toothache a problem to a dentist? His income is because you have a toothache. You may have a court issue, dispute issue. But is your dispute issue a problem to an advocate? Not a problem. So one time there was a rich man, he was staying in Bombay, and this rich man is feeling, I want to go and stay in a hill station, in a very peaceful place. The guy staying in a hill station is thinking, this hill station is too peaceful, I want to go to Bombay. So both people are dreaming each other's life. As they say in English, na, the grass is greener on the other side. हमको लगता है हमारी जिंदगी प्रॉब्लम है, उसका जिंदगी अच्छा है. बेचारा उसको लगता है कि इसका जिंदगी फर्स्ट क्लास है, मेरा प्रॉब्लम में है कि नहीं? Each one keeps looking at the other. There was one umbrella shop guy. Outside his shop there is a vegetable seller selling vegetables. So the umbrella guy is praying to God, let it rain, because when it rains his business goes on. The vegetable guy outside is praying to God, God let it not rain, because if it rains he has to close his business. So is rain a problem or not? It's a relative problem. For him it is a problem, for him it is not. So in this world we all experience relative problems. When we solve a relative problem, what happiness you will experience? Relative or real? When you solve a relative problem, you will experience real happiness or relative happiness? I'll give you an example. This example will make sense to you. Right now, you don't have a job. Okay? Is this a real problem or a relative problem? Why it's a relative problem? Because if it's a real problem, as soon as you get a job, you're supposed to be really happy. You don't have a job, ठीक है, आप बहुत stress में है. As soon as you get a job, are you happy? For some time, but not really happy. After that, there'll be some other problem in life. You may feel that I'm not married, let me get married. After you get married, are you really happy? Short-lived happiness. Then you may feel that let me have a child, I'll be happy. After you have a child, so the mind tricks us in such a way, we keep thinking that I am not happy now because I don't have a job. I am not happy now because I am not married. I am not happy now because I don't have a child. I am not happy now because I have this. And we keep trying to fill all that. हम वो सब चीज करते रहते हैं, still we are not happy. Why? Because we are trying to solve relative problems and hoping to experience real happiness. Understanding the point? आप relative problem solve करोगे, relative happiness थोड़ा समय के लिए मिलेगा, क्षणिक सुख, permanent सुख नहीं मिलने वाला है. So in order to get real happiness, you have to solve real problems. And what are real problems? Real problems means three things. Common to all, no one wants it, everybody gets it. What is a real problem? सबके लिए कॉमन है, किसी को भी नहीं चाहिए, पर सबको मिलता ही मिलता है. what are the real problems in life? We may feel job, this, that are the real problems. But these are not actual real problems. What are the real problems in life? जिंदगी में सबसे बड़े समस्या क्या है जिसका हमको एक्चुअली सोल्यूशन ढूंढना चाहिए? What do you all think it is? The problem. What do you all think? To figure out who are we? Correct, yeah. Existential question, yeah.
Discontent.
Disconnectment. Yeah. To figure out who we are.
No one wants it and everybody gets it like a death.
Correct, yeah. Correct.
No one wants death.
Yeah. So what madam said is also correct. So if you look at these three things, common to all, nobody wants it, everybody gets it. So there are four things that fit into this category. The scriptures explain it as Janma Mrityu Jara Vyadhi. The first is called birth. You may say, Prabhuji, birth is not a problem. Because birth happens, we celebrate happy birthday. But birth is the start of all problems. Because we are born here, the whole package comes, na? Disease, everything comes together. So birth itself, I mean, when a child is born, today is the 7th day, ninth day. So when a child is born, does the child come out laughing or crying? Have you ever seen a child coming out laughing, smiling? Okay. The child comes out crying. The mother is laughing or crying? Huh? Laughing, but then she is in pain, no? Those are mothers. Labor pain बोलता है ना उसको, या labor pleasure बोलता है? Pain है ना? There is pain in it. The whole process of birth itself is a painful affair. The second is called old age. They are coming closer this way. The second is called old age. है कि नहीं? Birth तो चला गया. Old age तो definitely आएगा, and no one can escape it. है कि नहीं? So an old age is a real problem that everyone has to go through. इतने सारे समस्या आते हैं old age में. The third is disease, and we don't have to speak, in today's world. In Goa 20-25 years ago, you didn't have so many pharmacies. Now every nook and corner you have a pharmacy. You didn't have so many hospitals, you had just one hospital, GMC. Now you have so many hospitals. Now tell me one thing, more pharmacies, more hospital, what does it mean? Does it mean that the society is becoming more healthy or more unhealthy? It's becoming more unhealthy. One pharmacy is not enough to suffice for a city. You need 100 pharmacies. You need so many hospitals. What it means? It means diseases are increasing. They are increasing our medicines, but newer and newer diseases is increasing in the vocabulary. COVID-19, कभी सुना क्या? सपने में भी सुना क्या ऐसा कोई disease था? Right now, someone was telling me there's a new disease. What is that? Monkeypox. पता नहीं क्या क्या होने वाला है अभी. New and new disease increase. So that means this is actually a big problem. Disease. Everyone has to go through it. No one can escape. And then finally, as he said, the last blow is death, which no one can escape. Right? Jatasihi dhruvam mrityur dhruvam janmam mritasya cha. Krishna says, anyone who is born is sure to die. Right? And this is something that is going to happen to everyone. You are okay? I continue. You are able to listen. You have to be a little more attentive to this noise. So these are the real problems in life. What are the real problems? Birth, old age, disease, death. Janma, Mrityu, Jara, Vyadhi. And we are supposed, yes. How is birth a problem? Yeah, that's what I told you. There are two understandings. First is, birth itself it's a painful affair for the child, for the mother. And birth is because we are born in this world, material world, that's why the whole package comes. the package of suffering, the package of death, everything comes together. So birth in this way is actually a big problem. And we will see in session 5 why is birth a problem is because as Atma, as spirit soul, there is no birth, there is no death for the Atma. But because we are entrapped in this body, the Atma keeps taking birth again and again. So when we speak about birth, it is not only this birth that we have taken. If you don't understand this whole process well, and if you don't go back to God, then we'll have to take birth again. We'll have to take birth again. We'll have to keep going through this whole process again and again, which is painful. Again and again coming in this world.
Exam process. The exam process.
Exam.
Exam process.
Yeah. Again and again you go.
Failed, then again you
Yeah, exactly. If you fail, you have to keep answering the exam. So that is what is actually painful. You're getting it? So can we go ahead? So till now we saw common things between humans and animals, and we saw the differences between humans and animals. Okay, and then we saw relative problems, real problems. So now we are going to see, we are coming closer to the solution to the real problems, where we can actually find happiness. So I told you all, I'm trying to focus with this background. There is possible. So I told you all, there are 4 real problems. What are they? Birth, old age, disease, death. Along with this, there are 3 more. Like in our engineering, we would have semester exams and previous backlog. You know, in engineering language it is called ATKT. You have previous backlog. So similarly, we have 4 big problems: birth, old age, disease, death, plus 3 additional. What are the 3 additional ones? The first is called Adhyatmic Klesh. That means misery is caused by body and mind. Body gives diseases, mind also gives so many problems. See, we have a mind in our system. We can't remove it and we can't deal with it properly also. And the mind is constantly on, throwing different thoughts, torturing us, tormenting us. So this is actually a big problem that people have to deal with. Okay? So just dealing with the body and mind itself is like a huge task, which is a huge problem. The next problem is called, the second kind of misery is called Adhibhautik Klesh. Adhibhautik Klesh means misery is caused by other living entities. Your body and mind may be peaceful, but other people will not allow you to be peaceful. Agree? You may have some neighbor come and trouble you. Agree? Or you may have some boss trouble you. Someone or the other. Someone will pick up a fight with you. If nothing, one mosquito will come and trouble you. Agree? शांति से बैठे हो, पता नहीं कहाँ से आ गया, कहाँ काटा, डेंगू हो गया, मलेरिया हो गया. So misery is caused by other living entities. And then the third is called Adhidevic Klesh. Adhidevic Klesh means natural disturbance. तूफान आ गया, आंधी आ गया, फ्लड आ गया, ज़्यादा बरसात, कम बरसात, right? All these problems continuously on. So these 7 problems are the real problems of life: birth, old age, disease, death, janma, mrityu, jara, vyadhi, and the next 3 is adhyatmic, adhibhautik, adhidevic klesh. We are supposed to find solutions to these real problems. If you don't find solutions to this, we are like an ostrich. You have heard of ostrich? Ostrich करके एक पक्षी है, इसको बोलते हैं ostrich philosophy. I don't know whether the ostrich does this really or not, but this is a philosophy. When a tiger comes to attack an ostrich, you know what the ostrich does? It digs a hole and puts its head inside the hole. शेर आता है ऑस्ट्रिच को मारने के लिए. ऑस्ट्रिच क्या करता है? जमीन के अंदर अपना सर डाल देता है. ऑस्ट्रिच को क्या लगता है? शेर नहीं है, कुछ भी नहीं है. So this is called ostrich philosophy. We run away, we close our eyes to real problems and hope that they will go away. है कि नहीं? अभी ISKCON क्लासेस में हम यहाँ पे डेथ के बारे में बात कर रहे हैं. We are discussing about death. Anyone in the outside world discusses this? कोई डिस्कस करता है क्या? No one discusses it. But वो डिस्कस नहीं करते, उनको आएगा कि नहीं आएगा? आएगा तो आने वाला है सबको, है कि नहीं? So you may say, let us not discuss all this. थोड़ा एंजॉय करते हैं लाइफ. अब एंजॉय करते रहो, समस्या तो आने वाला है. So better is understand what the problems in life are. आप समझो जिंदगी के प्रॉब्लम्स क्या हैं, तभी आप सोल्यूशन ढूंढ पाओगे. नहीं तो ये दुनिया में ना व्यक्ति ऐसा अंधा जीता रहता है, समस्याओं को देख के आंख बंद कर देता है, समस्याओं का समाधान नहीं होगा, सॉल्यूशन नहीं होगा. वी हैव टू फेस आवर प्रॉब्लम्स. वी हैव टू फर्स्ट अंडरस्टैंड, बी अवेयर ऑफ आवर प्रॉब्लम्स, देन ओनली वी कैन फाइंड सॉल्यूशंस टू इट. सो भगवद गीता, in order to help us find solutions, it first tells us very clearly what the problems are. Only when we know the problems, accept the problems, then only we can look for a solution. So we saw the real problems: birth, old age, disease, death, adhyatmic, adhibhautik, adhidevic clesh. Now tell me one thing: do you think material advancement, scientific advancement, do you think they have a solution to the real problems? Yes or no?
No.
Good. They don't have solution. Even if they have a solution, it's a very temporary solution. One time, there was one person who was getting boil in his hand. boil को क्या बोलते हैं हिंदी में? फोड़े फोड़े आ रहे थे हाथ में. तो डॉक्टर के पास जाता है. डॉक्टर gives him a medicine, boil ease. I'm not advertising for this, but just an example for you. The doctor gives this medicine and tells him, apply this medicine, the boil will go away. He applied the medicine, the boil went away. After 1 week, in the next time the boil came. He went to the doctor again. Doctor told him, apply this ointment. He applied, the boil went. 3rd week, the boil came in the leg. He went to the doctor. Doctor told him, don't come to me. Whenever a boil comes, apply the ointment. तो ऐसा चलता रहा. So finally he said, there should be some permanent solution to it. He changed the doctor. He went to an Ayurvedic doctor. And then he told him, this is my problem. So the doctor said, let us do a blood test. So they did blood test and found out there are impurities in his blood. And the Ayurvedic doctor gave him Safi, blood purifier. And then his boil went permanently. So boil ease was also a solution. And Safi was also a solution. But what is the difference between both? So one was a temporary solution, a stopgap solution, superficial solution, and the other was a permanent root. It was treating the root problem. One was symptomatic, the other was actually treating the root issue. You understanding? Material advancement, they have solutions to the real problems, but it is only temporary, stopgap, superficial solution. Like, I'll give you an example. Hairs become white because of old age. Old age के symptom है, तो hair become white. What is the solution that material advancement has? Godrej hair dye. लगाओ, भूल जाओ, जवान दिखोगे, है कि नहीं? That's the solution they have. You may have wrinkles come in your skin because of old age. You know, they do whatever, artificial surgery, facelift and all that, right? Your teeth may fall off because of old age. You have dentures and all these things. So this is what they can do. One time, one fellow died and he went to Yamaraj. And that guy complained to Yamaraj. In the normal courts of this world, before they pull someone, they give 3 times, warnings, summon, and then they pull. You suddenly pulled me up. Yamaraj said, I gave you so many warnings. I made your hair white, you put Godrej hair dye. Your teeth fell, you went to a denture. I gave you so many warnings, you didn't listen, you didn't take anything seriously, I pulled you. है कि नहीं? तो भगवान आपको बहुत सारा वार्निंग देते हैं, पर हम उससे भाग के छुपाने का प्रयास करते हैं. जैसे कॉलेज स्टूडेंट्स होता है ना, जो हॉस्टल में रहते हैं, कभी कभी वार्डन आता है चेक करने के लिए रूम को. स्टूडेंट का रूम इतना गंदा होता है, तो स्टूडेंट क्या करता है, सब लेके कबर्ड के अंदर बंद कर देता है। वार्डन आता है, कैसा दिखता है रूम, फर्स्ट क्लास, और कचड़ा सब अंदर, बस खोलेगा ना ऐसा बेहोश हो जाएगा वार्डन। सो दैट इज द मॉडर्न सोल्यूशन। सब समस्याओं को ऐसा बंद करके रखता है। आई ऑलवेज गिव दिस एग्जाम्पल, व्हेन यू गो टू अ हॉस्पिटल लाइक जीएमसी, you can see the reality open in front of everyone. But you go to a private hospital, it is as if you have come to a 5-star place, hotel. कुछ भी सामने दिखता नहीं है. Everything looks first class, AC, perfect ambience. You don't see the real problems. Because the real problems are inside, behind doors. Understanding? But when you go to a hospital like GMC, it's like crude. You can actually see the realities in life. So material advancement is just a temporary relief, only a patch-up solution, not a permanent solution. ये permanent solution नहीं है. Death का permanent solution है क्या? Material advancement के पास है कि नहीं? उन्होंने कुछ टैबलेट बनाया है क्या? खा के कभी मृत्यु नहीं आएगा. बोलेंगे बहुत कुछ हम करेंगे आगे जाके, वो कभी नहीं होने वाला है. डिजीज को ही क्योर नहीं किए. कोविड वैक्सीन जिसने लिया था, वैक्सीन लेने के बाद भी मैसेज चल रहा था, इवन इफ यू हैव टेकन वैक्सीन प्लीज बी केयरफुल, बिकॉज देयर इज नो गारंटी दैट द वैक्सीन विल परमानेंटली स्टॉप योर डिजीज. सो दिस इज जस्ट टेम्पररी सोल्यूशन, इट इज नॉट अ परमानेंट सोल्यूशन. रादर मटीरियल एडवांसमेंट का जो सोल्यूशन है, इट गिव्स राइज टू प्रॉब्लम वर्स देन द ओरिजिनल वन. आई विल गिव यू एग्जांपल्स लाइक इंफॉर्मेशन टेक्नोलॉजी. पहले तो आईटी इंफॉर्मेशन टेक्नोलॉजी इतना नहीं था. नाउ यू हैव इंफॉर्मेशन टेक्नोलॉजी. सो इंफॉर्मेशन टेक्नोलॉजी, बिकॉज ऑफ इट वी हैव ग्लोबल कनेक्टिविटी, ह्यूज इंफॉर्मेशन, इजी इंटरेक्शंस. बट द फ्लिप साइड इज दिस पोर्नोग्राफी, हेल्थ प्रॉब्लम्स, इम्पर्सनलिज्म. सो दिस इज अ आईटी फैमिली, modern family, IT family. So father and mother are writing to their child, dear Andy, how have you been? Your mother and I are fine, we miss you. Please sign off your computer and come downstairs for something to eat. तो नीचे से ऊपर मैसेज भेजना पड़ता है और बच्चा मैसेज देख के रिप्लाई करता है, सामने सामने बात नहीं करता. So this is IT family. I read in today's world. IT gym, लोग कंप्यूटर के सामने बैठे रहते हैं, sedentary job. Welcome to weight loss forum. To lose 1 pound, double click your mouse 6 million times. ऐसा क्लिक करते रहो, क्योंकि हमने ऐसा अपना जिंदगी कर दिया है. पहले खेत में काम करते थे, अभी कोई करता नहीं है. वो सब करो, जिम करो, ये करो, वो करो, right? So everything has a flip side. Even the modern solutions have a flip side. Mobiles, so easily available, easy to contact, speed work. Flip side is no privacy. हार्ट डिजीजेस, स्ट्रेस, कितने ज़्यादा स्ट्रेस आते हैं मोबाइल की वजह से. सो एवरीथिंग इन दिस वर्ल्ड, वेदर इट इज इन्वेंशंस और व्हाटएवर, देयर इज अ फ्लिप साइड टू इट. लाइक मेडिसिन्स, you may have cure for diseases, but there is side reactions to it. So the point is, material advancement only gives rise to temporary relief. It is not a real solution. आप लोगों को समझ में आ रहा है? टेम्पररी कुछ स्टॉप गैप चीज करेगा, परमानेंट सोल्यूशन नहीं देगा. ये पिल खाओ कभी डिजीज नहीं आएगा. कोई माइकालाल साइंटिस्ट बोल सकता है ये पिल खाओ कभी मृत्यु नहीं आएगा, कभी बुढ़ापा नहीं आएगा. कभी हो सकता है? कोई नहीं कर सकता. बिकॉज दीज आर लॉज ऑफ नेचर, यू कांट चेंज इट. So material solution, material advancement can give some temporary things. We are not against it, but depending on that to give us real happiness is foolishness. है कि नहीं? गर्मी है, material advancement AC देगा, पर AC मिलने के बाद real happiness मिलेगा क्या किसी को? Real happiness नहीं मिलने वाला. Temporary happiness मिलेगा, वो ठीक है, उसका अनुभव करो, प्रॉब्लम नहीं है, but don't equate this to real happiness. Don't think that AC आ गया बस I'm permanently happy. There is a difference between both. So we have to understand what real problems are and what will actually give us real happiness. So one time there was 4 farmers from India who won a lottery ticket and they got a 10-day stay offer in America. Now imagine Indian people, rural family farmers going and staying in America 10 days, dream come true. So they were so happy, so blissful, as if they have reached the spiritual world. They were in America 10 days. So they were all staying in a hotel on the 100th floor. The accommodation was. And every day they thought we'll go and experience different parts of America. In the evening we will come and share each other's experience. Because America is like a huge place. So one day they came in the evening and the lift was not working. Room is on the 100th floor. So they decided that let's walk it up. चल के जाना पड़ेगा अभी, क्या करें, अमेरिका में भी होता है कभी कभी. तो they were walking it up. तो एक बोलने लगा अपना एक्सपीरियंस, मैंने अमेरिका में ये देखा, वो देखा, बहुत कुछ देखा. दूसरा व्यक्ति बोलने लगा, इंडिया तो कुछ भी नहीं है, मैं इंडिया छोड़ के अमेरिका शिफ्ट हो रहा हूँ. The third guy started to speak so high of America, such beauty here, such opulence here. ऐसा बात करते करते they reached the 99th floor. And they all turned to the fourth guy and told him, you tell your experience. That guy said, I will tell, but before that there is a problem. The key is on the ground floor in the reception. Reach the 99th floor, but the key is down. This is the reality in today's world. In terms of technology, in every way, we have reached the 99th floor. Whoever imagined of a mobile and a smartphone 20 years ago, we never even dreamt of such a thing like this. Internet, वो cyber cafe में बैठ के हम internet ऐसा, for some time, it was like a big thing, just touching internet. Now on your fingertips you have internet, 3G, 4G, 5G, I don't know what all is going to come, such technology. Previously, even to see an airplane in India was like a big thing. Now every next guy in India is like freely traveling in airplanes, is moving around in airplanes. Airports have become like train stations now. इतना भीड़ है, इतना हल्ला गुल्ला चलता है. So much technology, in so many ways we have advanced. Whether it is communication, whether it is technology in every way, health or whatever, we have advanced so much. But the question is, civilization is advanced in all levels. But is the civilization happy? That's where the question is. We have reached the 99th floor in terms of communication, technology, this, that, everything. But we have forgotten the key to happiness somewhere below. Even in an advanced nation like America, who are far beyond developed countries, we are developing. We are trying to follow that country. But are the Americans happy? Are the Americans happy? They are not happy. They are miserable. That's why they are to drugs and so many things. There is no happiness there. Because they felt that just climbing the staircase will be happy. But the key to happiness is in something else altogether. This is one of my favorite poems. Every time this course is there, I always tell this poem. Life, it makes you think. As I told you, this course is actually meant to make us think. The paradox of a time in history is that we have taller buildings but shorter tempers. Wider freeways but narrower viewpoints. रास्ते बड़े हैं पर विचारधारा संकुचित हो चुका है. We spend more but have less. We buy more but enjoy it less. We have bigger houses, smaller families. पहले होता था 10 भाई साथ में रहते थे, छोटा घर सब साथ में रहते थे. अभी बड़ा घर कोई नहीं है साथ में. More conveniences, less time. है कि नहीं? पहले ज़माने में मोबाइल भी नहीं होता था, फ़ोन करने के लिए दूर जाना पड़ता था, लैंडलाइन से फ़ोन उठा के बात करो. कपड़ा बकेट में धोते थे, बाथरूम में धोते थे. अभी वॉशिंग मशीन है, डिश वॉशर है, क्या क्या नहीं है. फिर भी प्रॉब्लम क्या है अभी का? टाइम नहीं है. पहले लोग चल के जाते थे, अभी पता नहीं कौन चलता है. No one knows who is walking also. Everything is done fast, everything, equipments are doing it, but no time. We have more degrees but less sense. सब लोगों के पास डबल ट्रिपल डिग्री है पर कॉमन सेंस नहीं है. More knowledge but less judgment. इतना ज्ञान है. In today's world, it's a world of information overload. They say information diarrhea. इतना information है. पहला इतना इन्फॉर्मेशन था क्या? अभी कुछ भी सर्च करो इन्फॉर्मेशन आ जाता है तुरंत। पर लेस जजमेंट, जज करने का बुद्धि कम है। मोर एक्सपर्ट्स बट लेस सोल्यूशन। मोर मेडिसिन, लाइक आई वाज टेलिंग यू, सो मेनी फार्मेसी शॉप्स ओपनिंग अप बट लेस वेलनेस। कोई भी हेल्दी नहीं है। वी हैव मल्टीप्लाइड आवर पोजेशंस but reduced our values. We talk too much, love too seldom, and hate too often. We have learned to how to make a living, not a life. पैसा कमाना सीखा है सब लोगों ने, पर जिंदगी जीना किसी ने नहीं सीखा. We have added years to life, not life to years. We have been all the way to the moon and back, but have trouble crossing the street to meet the new neighbor. चांद जाके आए हैं, पर बाजू का नेबर कौन है पता नहीं. दुनिया भर के इंटरनेट के फ्रेंड्स हैं, फेसबुक इंटरनेट के फ्रेंड्स हैं, आजू बाजू कोई फ्रेंड नहीं. फ्रेंड कहाँ बैठा है? अमेरिका में बैठा है. आजू बाजू कोई, देयर इज नो फ्रेंड्स नियर बाय. These are times of tall men, short character, steep profits, shallow relationships. These are times of world peace. अभी वो भी नहीं है, but domestic warfare for sure. घर में तो झगड़े होते रहते हैं. More leisure but less fun. More kinds of food but less nutrition. अभी कितना फूड के वैरायटी हैं. आप होटल में जाओ, कॉन्टिनेंटल, चाइनीज, ये वो अनगिनत, न्यूट्रिशन नहीं है. These are days of two income, more diverse. Fancier homes but houses but broken homes. It is a time when there is much in the show window and nothing in the stock room. Life it makes you think. शो विंडो जानते हैं ना, दिखावे के लिए सब कुछ अच्छा है, पर अंदर खोखला. Inside is all empty. This is the reality in today's world. Externally everything is great. Flashy life everyone has, but internally everyone is broken because they are not knowing how to look for the real solution. So now finally we come to the last part for today. What is the permanent solution? So we discussed what the real problems are, and we also discussed how material life, material advancement though doesn't have a solution to all this. So what is the permanent solution? So we are all searching for the right thing in the wrong place. What are we all searching for? What are we searching for?
Peace and happiness.
Happiness. Today's session is search for happiness. We are all searching for happiness, but we are searching it for in the wrong place. Like one time, there was a guy who lost his ring, a golden ring, and he was searching it below a street light in the night. So there was one guy who passed in a vehicle. This guy is still searching. After 1 hour he came back, this fellow in this vehicle. This guy is still searching. So he thought, let me go and help him. So he asked him, what happened? He said, I have lost my ring. मैंने अपना अंगूठी खो लिया है. कहाँ खोया? बोले वहाँ पे खोया. अरे वहाँ पे गिर गया, यहाँ क्यों ढूंढ रहा है? बोले वहाँ पे अंधेरा है, यहाँ पे लाइट है ना, यहाँ पे ढूंढ रहा हूँ मैं. अभी अंगूठी उधर खोया, अभी लाखों साल तक इधर ढूंढेगा तो मिलने वाला नहीं है उसको, क्योंकि उधर खोया उधर ही ढूंढना पड़ेगा. सो लाइक दिस वी आर ऑल सर्चिंग फॉर हैप्पीनेस, बट वी आर सर्चिंग इट फॉर इन द रॉन्ग प्लेस. हम गलत जगह पे सुख को ढूंढ रहे हैं. जैसे रेगिस्तान में, इन अ डेजर्ट, इज देयर वाटर इन अ डेजर्ट? यू मे एक्सपीरियंस मिराज ऑफ वाटर, इल्यूजन होगा पानी का, पर असली पानी तो नहीं मिलने वाला है. इन what is this? This is a restaurant. ठीक है? What you call for restaurant in हिंदी या संस्कृत? रेस्टोरेंट को क्या बोलता है? भोजनालय. यू आर हिंदी टीचर? हिंदी टीचर है मैडम. भोजनालय, प्लेस ऑफ ईटिंग इज कॉल्ड भोजनालय. ये तो ज़्यादा बोलने की ज़रूरत नहीं है. गोवा में इसको क्या बोलता है? हाँ, मदिरालय. बार, मदिरालय. बार सुनना अलग लगता है, मदिरालय सुना तो ऐसा लगता है कि कुछ तो अमृत मिल रहा है. नहीं, पता नहीं आज के प्रवचन से किसी को प्रेरणा मिलेगा गोवा में. न्यू नेम. व्हाट इज दिस? दिस इज अ स्कूल या कॉलेज, व्हाटएवर. व्हाट इज इट कॉल्ड? विद्यालय. This is a library. What is it called? Pustakalay ya Granthalay. Okay, now tell me one thing. If you go to a Madiralay and tell them, I want to know about kingfisher bird. Kingfisher is a bird. I want to know about kingfisher bird. Can you give me a book? They will tell you, we have wine, kingfisher. We can give you this. Book you don't get here. If you go to a Madiralay and you tell them, Divya Gyan de do, give me knowledge. They will tell you, we can give you something that will forget all your knowledge. What knowledge you can get in a Madiralay? Right? You can't get it. If you go to a Granthalay, you go to a library and you tell them, give me whiskey. They'll tell you, come on, yaar. This is like a different place. The question is just spoiling the ambience. So in every place, you have to know what you get there. See, basically, Alay means a place that is filled with it. Himalaya, what does Himalaya mean? Him means snow. Himalaya basically means the abode of snow, where there is snow everywhere. So Granthalaya means you'll get abundant books. Madiralaya means you'll get abundant liquor, like that. So this material world, Lord Krishna calls it in the Bhagavad Gita, Dukhalaya. What is this word called? Dukhalaya. That means what you will get here? Dukh. What you will get in this world for sure? Happiness, shayad milega, nahi milega. One thing that you will get in sure in abundance in this world is misery. Dukhalaya. And not only Dukhalaya, if someone says, my life is Sukhalaya, मेरे जिंदगी में कुछ भी समस्या नहीं है, I have a perfect life. The next thing Krishna tells is Ashashvatam. Even if you have a perfect life, temporary. It's not going to remain long. You will be pulled out of that reality soon. So Krishna stamps this world as Dukhalaya Ashashvatam, a place of misery and a place of temporariness. I'm sure you all have this question, why did Krishna make this world like this? We will answer it in the future sessions. Right? हम इसके बारे में एक पूरा सेशन करेंगे. भगवान ने वो गीत था ना पहले, दुनिया बनाने वाले काहे को दुनिया बनाई, क्या तेरे मन में समाई. We will discuss all that. Why did Krishna make this world a place of misery? So now, one time, there was one child. This child was a child of a billionaire. और ये बच्चा किसी मेले में जाता है, लाइक ये कुंभ मेला. आप लोगों ने कभी कुंभ मेला देखा है? कुंभ मेला. कुंभ मेला, there are crores and crores of people. In a कुंभ मेला, there is one thing that is constant. Announcement चलता रहता है. ये है बच्चा, किसी का है तो आप आके लेके जाओ. कंटिन्यूस चलेगा, क्योंकि कुंभ मेला में कोई गुम हो गया, खत्म, एंड ऑफ द शो. The small child was lost in a mela like this. And child is child of a billionaire. So now someone come across the child. How can you help the child? Someone may give the child food. Someone may give the child clothing. Someone may give something or the other. But if you give the child food, will the child be happy or not? Happy for some time. If you give the child for many days, it has not, the cloth has become dirty. You give a child new cloth. You find this child and give it new cloth. Will it be happy or not? It will be happy. But if you want to make the child permanently happy, what do you have to do? Find the father, bring the child back to the father, the child will be permanently happy. Because the child is a child of a billionaire. Similarly, we are all like this lost child. And just like this child is father of a billionaire, our father is that supreme God, who's billionaire, trillionaire, whatever you call it, quadrillionaire, whatever. Right? We are all children of God. And we are lost in this mela of this material world. हम ये दुनिया में खो गए हैं, भूल गए हैं हमारे असली पिता को, और ये दुनिया में हम आनंद प्राप्त कर रहे हैं. So this world, whatever we experience here, little here and there, will give us relative happiness. But if you want real happiness, The scriptures emphatically explain only one solution. There is no second solution. एक ही solution है. वो solution क्या है? भगवान के साथ connection बनाओ. As soon as you make that connection with God, you will be happy. Just like a fish. If the fish has to be happy, it needs water. Similarly, if you want to be happy, just get connected to God through the process of yoga. You will be permanently happy. You don't have to look after the small things in this world. That is the solution to the problems of life. And that is where we will hit real happiness in life. Now the question may come, you are saying get connected to God. Does God really exist? That is tomorrow's session. Tomorrow we will discuss existence of God, about scriptures and other things. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. Anyone has any questions, any comments in today's session? Did you all connect to it? Did you all understand? Any questions, anything that you would like to ask?
Just deep appreciation for your level of knowledge and your way of expressing.
Thank you. I'm very grateful to all of you all. आप लोगों को समझ में आया? Anything that you all want to ask? No questions basically means either you have understood everything or not understood anything. हम आशा करते हैं कि आप लोगों को समझ में आया. Yeah. So if you all want to ask questions one to one, I'm there, after this also.
There's some bigger questions, but I think we will get the answers.
Yes. So this course is designed in such a way that by the end of the 6th session, लगभग सब answers मिल ही जाएंगे. Even if you don't ask a question, you will get all your answers to your questions and you'll be sorted basically. At the end of 6 sessions, you will go back very clear. Probably you're able to answer questions of many other people also. Okay? Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. You all can please have dinner.